What's up, y'all? We here for a live stream, live trading. Hold on, I'm just posting this before I get started. That we live. Alright, so the first thing that we do when we hop on the charts in the morning is we check the news that's out for the day. So let's see what's going on. I know that there's no news until later on, so we're all good for the session. We're gonna take a look at my accounts. So far this month, only took 2 trades. This month it was 2 losses that we took last week. No trades this week so far. So if we can go, where is it? Right here. As you as you can see, this is my first 100k account right here. Can match that up, and then this is my second 100k account. Just gonna follow the rules, keep executing the plan. We're not changing anything up because there's no need to. So we're gonna go on the charts and we're gonna see if there's any opportunities presenting itself. So let me see. Yeah, gold was looking good last night. I was looking at gold last night and I was like, damn, it looks so clean. But let me just show y'all. Like there was nothing right here, but it was a clean opportunity right here that I wasn't on the charts for. So I just added that to it was like a case study. And then there was another one right here recently at 2 o'clock. These right here were nice entries. Let me see what's going on though. Gold is starting to look clear in terms of what I'm looking for. So I said this before, what I was expecting. This was the flush, and I was waiting for price to start to make a move, right? And right here we have a potential context break of structure 1. We have that move. We paused right here. And then we can jump down on this 30-minute to see what's going on as well. So we flushed 1, we created 2, 3. Potentially this is the 4th one, and the way how price is moving, this leads me to think that the 4th one may happen and then fail, just because judging the way that it's moving right here. The price action right here is different from the price action right here. It just sets up immediately, go. This one is like playing around and doing all this weird stuff. You can tell the difference, right? I mean, it ain't too bad actually. But this one is the Hmm. Well, now that I look at it, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna ignore this price action right here. This looks like the 5 breaks of structure, right? Basically, so I feel like this is a little bit extended. It might come up and then reflush down on this 30. So yeah, this looks like it's about it may come up one and then it refail and then reset up. That's what I'm expecting for gold. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this at blue because I know that price may it looks clear, but it's not ready as of yet. Bitcoin, see what Bitcoin is doing. So Bitcoin right now, Bitcoin isn't ready for the lower time frames for entries. We had this huge flush on the context time frame, and simply I'm gonna be waiting for what gold was doing before. So we had this move down, move down. So as you can see, it's the same type of process. We need to move up, pause. I mean, we don't need to pause, but on this time frame, the context, we need just to move at least, because at that point, the 30-minute will start to begin to start a trend, which we can wait for the cycle on there as well. US 30, it's not ready right now. It looks like we are still pausing against the 20. It could even reflush, but we created the third, so this is yeah, it's the third. What I would want to see is basically for price to start to move on here, but other than that, there's nothing to do for US 30 right now. So we'll put this in red, because look at this, nothing to do. If I wait for the 5-hour to start moving, the 30-minute will start to begin a trend, which I can look to potentially get involved in, but right now it's nothing. What was USD JPY looking like? It was looking clean right here. Hold on. Daily looking nice. 5 hours started to move right here. We actually look nice. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to remove my dog. Alright, sorry for that, y'all. I'm back. So what we have here is the 5-hour started to make a move. So on the 30-minute, we're trending heavily, and we have this cycle. I know there was a clean move right here. USD JPY looks extremely clean. So you see how much patience it takes for me to wait for a market to actually looks clear for me. We have a flush, came down, we paused right here. Probably some good opportunity. Yeah, look. There was a good opportunity right here on the 5-minute time frame, but I just wasn't on the charts. There was a good opportunity right here. If you see, like, if you've been watching, like, we had a straight move down, straight move up to the 50 in a bearish trend. We moved down, had the pause right here. I could use this as a case study, but what's the ATR? 0.7, 0.00. Like, that would have been stop loss right there, like break even. So you can just basically see like similarities between entries. So what am I waiting for USD JPY? That same move that you see right there. That's all I'm waiting for. There's nothing else. So how do I get that move? So basically, this candle made a low right here. I want price to pause. So another candle that prints before taking out this candle's low. So we have 20 minutes. So by this time this candle closes, it's gonna be 9 o'clock. Then probably around 9:30 is when I'm gonna be when I want price to be up at the 10 or 20 or somewhere right here, like that. And at that point, price will be at the 50, pausing like this. And as long as it's clean like this, it sets up nicely. It doesn't break back through the MAs. I'll take a nice entry for a sell position. So I like how USD JPY actually looks. You can see how long I basically waited for price to look clear. Right here, this is 19 days. So yeah, the USD JPY looks clear for me. Starbucks. Starbucks the only one I would be well, I will only look at Starbucks from like 9:30 days. That's where the stock market opens. Nike, yeah, nothing much here. USD CHF, nothing much. It's just moving sideways. Anybody trading this probably is getting chopped out. So not ready for USD CAD. Euro USD not ready. Euro USD looks exactly like gold. Look at this. That same move down looks similar to USD. So I'm just expecting this move to happen out of it. So I can potentially start to look to get involved. Everything else. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, there's two things I can basically do while I'm waiting for my normal entries. I could take some challenge trades while I wait for USD JPY to set up. Yeah. And yeah. And I could look for potential USD JPY challenge trades on different time frames. Because gold, I would look for a different time frame entry, but if I'm using this as my highest context time frame, we already are extended on the move in my eyes because of the we're making 4 to 5 breaks the structure on this context time frame if I was looking for a 1 minute entry. So all this price action right here on the validation wouldn't matter because I'm expecting the re-break down, which also matches with what I'm expecting for my regular entries. So USD JPY on the other hand just started to move right here. Let me see, just started to flush. So yeah, I'm gonna actually be waiting for some 1 minute entries for USD JPY. I got a my trade cop here connected to all the accounts, so that's a good thing. So I could potentially, what I would wait for a challenge trade is for price to, come up and pause, and at that point, price on the 1 minute time frame will look like this for potential opportunities for me to get involved in. So that's what I'm basically waiting for. Now it's all about that waiting part. It's a lot of waiting. I wonder what I could talk about while I'm waiting. Might just be chilling. Yeah, gold. I did not expect GBP/USD to look like this. Hold on now. I just ended up going on there. Yeah, GBP/USD is way better to trade than EUR/USD is right now. Look at this. Hold on. Let me put that over here. Let me put that in green. Look at this right here. It looks the same as EUR/USD, but this one is showing a lot of strength. EUR/USD right now is showing us weakness because they both move similarly, but only one is stuck like down here. It hasn't made a move upwards. This one made a clear bullish move upwards, right? Out of this area that I don't want to trade. You can see it's going to look similar on EUR/USD. Look, probably don't want to wait on trade that area because it's chopping around. Yeah, this is showing me strong momentum. Like, if I'm looking at this right now, we could say that this was the flush right here. This could be the first break of structure 1. Yeah, that's well. Now that I'm looking at this, this was the first move that started it. So V flush. And these valuation breaker structure points, I said this before, but I would not have known these were going to play out because of the context of the market of this time. In hindsight, yes, it worked out, but I needed this proof first to actually validate what I was expecting. So once price actually broke out with this momentum, it actually confirmed what this is right here. So simply, we expect 4 to 5 of these. If we can get this pause for GBP USD on the 10 and 20, should be some good opportunities. There should also be some good opportunities on a lower time frame, which I'm definitely gonna be eyeing for a challenge while I wait for funded account trades. That's what I always do. Like, I could sit here and say that there was some good opportunities. Well, this one just ended up moving, as you can see. But like I said, I wouldn't have known these areas were gonna play out. Like, there was a opportunity right here, like that. But you know, like I said, I couldn't have known. So it's all about just looking for this exact setup in a good area. So you move down, move up, pause, go, move down, move up. It didn't pause quite, but maybe it did on a 5. I don't know. But yeah, let me see what's going on here. So we flushed right here on this time frame. We came up, we paused. So this is the first validation breaker structure on a 6-minute. It could potentially make the second validation breaker structure pausing on the 10 and 20. Yeah. Price looks good. Gold I'm gonna put in blue right here. Meta, we're gonna put these in red right here. So only 2 of them actually really look clear, potentially. So this one I gotta wait again. So it's just a waiting game. There's nothing really to do yet. See, it's not even close to the 50. You could see the clear volume in the market. Okay. Let's see what's going on. This is the wrong time frame. All right. So price may pause right here against this on 10. Yeah, I like how price is setting up for specifically this challenge trade. So I'm gonna update y'all right now. So basically, yeah, I'm gonna take a challenge trade potentially if it could set up. So far, phase two is going good on one of my challenges. I started off with actually, I'll tell y'all. Y'all can see how if y'all watch this series. I started off with a nice actually, I'm not gonna tell y'all because I got my trade copier connected. I'm gonna just be showing the. Actually, I would have to. Never mind. It don't matter. Yeah, I like this movement right here. So I'm eyeing it right now, and basically I just want price to start to make a move up, pause, and then that's what will be my entry. Let me see if I have to wait for this candle closure as well, in 4 minutes. So even if it does create the setup, this 4 minutes have to be done. This is all a waiting game now. Meanwhile, USD JPY is coming up to potentially set up as well. For challenges, I may take 2 trades because like I said, these challenges are just for me to pass quick. It don't matter. I wouldn't take 2 different trades on 2 different markets at the same time for regular accounts, but challenge, I'll definitely do that. I'll take that risk. So yeah. Let me get Euro US GBP USD on. GBP. Did I miss it? There we go. Just get everything prepared. Stop order. And I can only risk 0.30 on this FXify to see if I end up losing it, because that's the last bit of drawdown I have left. And I'm just swapping between them to see which one sets up first. And simply, if price ends up dropping even deeper, either it can drop and I get no trades, and at that point it would be setting up potentially clean if it can drop all the way down here for my regular funded account entries, which is the more ideal scenario. Okay, we got a minute left. Minute 20. Okay, it's gonna close. Let me watch it. So just so y'all can see what I'm looking at for also this, it's just the same thing, just flipped. Okay. Will this be the candle that breaks above? Just need that move above. See what USD JPY doing. In terms of the 1 minute, price still looks clean to potentially make a setup lower, and price looks clean to make a potential setup higher still. So all right, so price is starting to do a bit of a move. Let's see if price can close above that 20 right here. Okay, let me prepare something here. If price can pause and it doesn't re-break through that the last line of defense in this case would be the 10 right here, because it's flipped. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my entry just a bit above. All right, yeah, that's what I would do. 1.33878. Oh, I'm really slow with this one. Oh, I got tagged in immediately. So I got this trade right here for my challenge trade. So we're gonna see what it does. I need a 1-to-1 break even or a fractal structure. On my funded FX right here, I gotta set a TP target. All right, there we go. So I got a TP target set for a 1-to-1 on one of my challenges because the minimum days is $500. So I'm just trying to hit that real quick for one of them, and then I'm gonna manage my on regular rules if I get a chance. So this is my first screenshot. I always take screenshots even if it's a challenge trade. Download image and download image. Let's see, what was USD JPY doing? Still not in a great area yet. Okay. And we're gonna prepare to potentially break even if we can. What pricing did it get? 33878. 33878. Alright, so it got me at a good price. Yeah, it looks like this is gonna be a loss. Yeah. If I lose this trade, I'm gonna lose that FXify account. Yeah. It tagged me out of the trade right here. So let me see. Yeah, it is what it is. So we took a win yesterday, so I was just risking the $500 that we made yesterday for today. So that was the L for the challenge right there. Let me also take a screenshot of this move, and I'm gonna input it into the journal later. So download image, and right here. So I basically just record these parts so I can upload it on my challenge series. So I'm gonna record one more part, because I believe that the account is gone now. Let's see. Active accounts. How you see the failed accounts? There you go. All right, so as you can see right here, I ended up failing the FXify 200K account. We still have 300K left of challenges to take. We're on phase 2 on one of the 100Ks. The other two 100Ks are one is in profit by 0.60%. The other one is in a small drawdown. So yeah. So what am I gonna do? So what am I planning on doing right here? So basically, if price can break above this area and make another setup, then it will be a good opportunity. There's one thing I do gotta do. If I can do it in time, that is, I gotta go to my trade copier and I have to remove my FXify account since we no longer have that one right there. There we go. Looks like we may not get this in time. Yeah, it looks like what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna just trade. Wait, if we can get, we gotta have a break above. I want to break above that high. Alright, so what I basically did, 1, 2, 3. Alright. I'm trying to think right here. So basically what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna connect different trade copiers and stuff like that together. Probably just one my funded effects account with the other two, and we're gonna see. Use the JPY, not doing nothing for this 1 minute yet. Add a master copier. We could do, let me see, what account could I do as the master? What is this, 29? Yeah. $29. I need a break above that high before I make a decision. Alright, it made a break above that high. I still didn't get to connect the copiers on together. So what I'm gonna do is, since this is a 1 minute time frame, I'm gonna just pick one account, which I'm gonna pick this one, my phase 2 of this one right here, because I'm trying to complete those 3 minimum $500 days. That's the only goal for me right now. Sometimes this is gonna happen where I get stopped out before the move. Let's see. But good thing is it was only a challenge trade. Good thing. So if we can get I gotta be quick with this. I took out that high right there. And let me just get prepared. So I'm gonna do all this. That way I don't have to get ready. Like, basically. Let me just guess. Where would that be? Damn. There's 20 seconds left. Yeah. Alright, so I got another buy stop set up right here. If price ends up re-breaking through that on 20 right here, I'll cancel the order. And this is just a challenge trade. I'm still waiting patiently for regular funded account trades. But yeah. And I'm simply aiming for that 1-to-1 on this challenge because I'm trying to complete $500 days. Stops looks good so far. Let's see, what does it do over here? Yeah, so it ended up just re-breaking down. So I'm gonna cancel this order right here. Simple like that. No trade taken right here. And simply, if I still want to get involved with this, I just need a break of, actually, yeah. Yeah, I need a basically break of this high right here. Let me see what USD JPY was doing. Nothing. Just moved sideways. Gold not doing anything. Did it? Yeah. Alright, so this may set something up for my regular funded accounts. Not how I'm looking at it right now, because price is starting to come close to that 50. If price can end up coming a bit closer and then it starts making, the regular setup, I could look to get involved like that. Yeah, looks like out of all of this right here, the one that could set up first would be probably USD JPY. So it's all about just waiting for it. All about waiting. Price is struggling though to get through this 20 right here. If price starts to make a move from right here, I could look for another challenge trade on a lower time frame. If it starts to look clean, because I was looking at this area either way. But if it ends up just breaking upwards like this, then I could still wait for those funded account trades. So that's my thought process right now. Looks like we could potentially set up something. I'll probably want a clear break from this low right here, just because price has been consolidated in this area. So I don't want to get chopped out right here before the move. So if we can break here, then make the setup, I'll definitely look for an entry, which I should have did for. I should have set up the trade copier again, because I gotta reorganize it. But I'm gonna just take it for this phase 2 right here. Get this. I'm just getting it prepared because this is a fast time frame. So do we get that break? Like, let me set up everything just in case. Okay, we got the break. No, we didn't get the break. Price ended up rejecting right here. I want price to break that low, so it can really show me that it's out of this consolidation. Let me delete all this extra stuff right here. Okay. So if price can at least break with the next candle, I'll set like I'll prepare an order right here. If price can break right there. 37. So I'm just basically preparing it. One. Uh, 42. Is it gonna re-break up? It looks like it's gonna re-break up. Yeah, there's nothing to do. Looks like that's what it's gonna do. That's why I wanted to break, because the price could have easily just came down here just to reverse back up. But either way, this it doesn't matter if price ends up reversing right here, because like I said, I'm eyeing different time frames. So even if this doesn't play out exactly how I wanted to with the movement going in my direction like this, right? I'm still expecting for price to make its way up here for a 5 minute, because you got to understand that structure happens on all time frames. So if price were to make a move from that from the from this area right here, from this 20, that would be because the 1 minute setup started to happen, where structure was being validated. Because all I'm doing is I'm self stopping structure to continue in the direction. But on the other hand, if price doesn't do it, it's just creating the higher time frame setup where it can do this. So far right here, if I'm looking at this, it's still valid for 1 minute potential entries. Let me take a look at GBP USD. GBP USD's been playing around. It's been playing around a little bit. Like if price wanted to make a setup, I'll probably need it to make a clear move out of this area. Yeah. Oh, and let me update it to this low right here. So if I want to see it move out of the price, I have to be this low now. Cause due to the fact that price broke through right here, so I'll have to adjust it right here. Okay, we're looking like we're going to break. So I'm gonna prepare something right here, just in case. Alright, so I'm basically just waiting for another candle to print after it. So as long as this overall low doesn't get targeted before I find a trade. Interesting. Yeah, it looks like this is a little bit too far. I need a decent correction. Yeah, it is what it is. Price move without me, but I experienced that a lot. So what I'm gonna do now is, so those were just opportunities. I was looking for potential 1 minute entries. It didn't give me any opportunity on a lower time frame right here, because I was waiting for the break. I was waiting for a quick pause to get involved right here, but it ended up just dropping. Let's see what's going on here. Is remove all this extra stuff so I could see some clarity. Well, I see this as, I don't see this whole thing as consolidation, because this one right here looks like a clear move down right here. So we came up, made a clear move down. So it could make a setup right here upwards. And that's my thought process for GBP USD. Yep. GBP USD. And if we can have that pause, because price is starting to make a move higher now. So make a move. I think stop loss would be, I gotta be fast with this calculation. Trying to guess. Yeah. Actually, it doesn't look good anymore. I'm looking at it from my phone. Yeah, it don't look good no more. Now it just looks choppy. Yeah. The fact that price just refilled down just makes it look a bit more choppy. So I'm not interested in this area no more. Right there. So I don't want to be trading that. So what am I gonna do? Like, the one that can really just probably set up is probably USD JPY, especially since it created a new range as well. Because GBP USD just started to look a bit choppy right here. Because if it wanted to go, it would have went from either this point right here and set up, or when it was resetting up right here. But it ended up just re-breaking downwards. So yeah. So if I'm looking for another 1 minute entry, I will have to wait for like a clear pause against this 10 and 20, and then I'll be back on that 1 minute. So while I'm waiting, I'm gonna be just flipping through some of the markets again because anything could have changed throughout the session. So I'm gonna start off with gold again. Yeah. Well, there's no need to look at gold because gold was overextended in my eyes. Bitcoin, yeah, nothing. KU is 30, nothing. Starbucks, nothing. Euro USD, nothing as of yet. Meta, nothing. Wait, actually, yeah, nothing as of yet. So it's still just the clearest ones is just USD, JPY, and GBP Those are the only ones that look clear still. Nothing has really changed from the analysis at the beginning of the session. Yeah, so just to wait more. Oh yeah, let me do this while I'm waiting. I don't think it's gonna be showing any of my passwords, but let me actually reconnect the trade copier. Unless it logged me out. Did it log me out? Okay, so I removed my 200K challenge since I failed that. So basically what I'm about to do right now is I'm gonna put the charts on my phone so I can keep an eye on the market while I'm doing this. Okay, right here. Yeah, there we go. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a master copier, and I'm gonna use, this is phase 1 account number 2. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this one account, so whenever I'm only taking challenge trades, it can place them on all of them. Okay, this is phase 1 account number 2, so that's where I'm gonna do it right here. I'm gonna do balance multiplier. So you always want to have a stop loss and take profit. So I want to copy that. Calculate my risk settings. So on the main account, I'm gonna be risking 1.5 because these are just challenges. This specific account, I'm gonna also be doing 1.5. There we go. Confirm. Okay, so account number 1 right there. And then I have, okay, yeah, then it's this one. This is the phase 2. So like I said, for my phase 2 account, I'm risking $500 to beat the 3 minimum days of 500. So what I'm gonna do for this one instead is do a balance multiplier, make sure I copy the stop loss and take profit. And then what I'm gonna also do right here for the risk settings, balance based risk, the main account is risking 1.5, and then for phase 2, since I'm risking $500 per trade, I'm doing 0.50. That's about 0.5% risk. Then confirm. This is how I basically trade multiple accounts right here, by the way, if y'all didn't know. So my Darwin-X account, basically when I place a trade, it gets copied. It's gonna get copied over to my challenge accounts. So this is phase 2, phase 1 account, and then another one right here, and it's gonna also get copied to my funded accounts right here. This one, and then if I don't want to trade my funded accounts and I'm just trading challenges, I can just pick phase 1 of this account right here, and if I place a trade, it gets copied to the other 2. So what I'm gonna do now, since I got that set up, is I gotta go to this account to place my trades now instead of the other one. Now it's a lot easier. That's weird. Didn't I not get a trade here? But yeah, that's weird. Alright, so the 1 minute for USD JPY is looking like it's gonna set up. I also got to keep my eye on this for the regular 5-minute time frame. It looks like it may come down to that 50 to make a setup, so I'm gonna eye that as well. But basically what I'm looking for is just the same thing. Self-explanatory. Move to the 50. Just waiting for the setup. Same thing over and over. There's nothing special about my strategy. Nothing special about it. Okay, I can this for GBP USD. I thought it came down to the I was looking at the wrong time frame. I was on my phone looking at it. I thought it came down to the 50. I was on the wrong time frame. But so let me keep on eyeing this. And then what I'm gonna also do as well is I'm gonna open up USD JPY here so I can get everything prepared just in case it does set up. Since it is a 1 minute time frame, I can just have everything ready. Just delete that. Let me get it prepared. Okay. Okay, that's the pause. As long as it doesn't re-break through the MAs, that looks good to me. 142.539. How much is that? That's the most I can risk on this trade. So I'm looking at it at my phone to see if it re-breaks. This is a 1 minute. Okay, it didn't. So stop. Alright, as you can see right here, this is the entry right here. I didn't take a trade yet, but if it gets through this low, I'll be in the trade. We had to move down. We paused. Right here, we didn't break back through. This 20 would this 10 right here would be the last line of defense, just because of the way it is flipped like that. So yeah, if price ends up closing like this above this area, then I'm gonna cancel the order. So if it breaks that 10 right there, in this case. So let me actually get prepared to cancel the order. cancel, just like that. And there's nothing to do, but simply it can still set up. But instead, what I'm gonna be waiting for is for price to break this low right here, and then redo the same thing. So basically, price needs to move through that low, pause, and then I'll sell stop, because at that point this will be the first leg of the structure. This would be the second leg I would be getting involved in, like that. Let me just take a look at GBPUSD real quick. It's setting up. 5 minutes, still not all the way ready. We are pausing, creating like the validation break of structure 3 right here. Yeah, this is what I see right there. But I needed to come just a bit closer. All right, let me get this out of the way. I'll wait for price to break that area. Okay, so we just waiting, a couple more seconds left. So your only job is just to execute rules that looks the clearest to you in terms of what you're used to seeing. So you can notice that I'm not taking random trades everywhere. Even though people may not trade like me, I'm not taking random trades. I'm not taking trades that I'm not supposed to. Okay, so we're getting that break right here. Let's see. We gotta wait for that close to see if it's gonna continue. But just in case, I'm gonna prepare my orders just in case price does end up breaking through. Let's see. I think that's a good. What would be the stop? Yeah. Still waiting for it to break. 42. So if price ends up breaking that low right here previously with this candle, then I can have that sell stop right there. So I'm just waiting. Is price gonna re-break through? Yeah, if price ends up re-breaking through, I'm gonna use this low right here instead. Alright, so price ended up re-breaking back through, so I'm not interested until price can break this low right here, because my thought process is this is just showing like a mini consolidation up here, and we're just waiting for the break out of that consolidation for a setup. Let me just take a look at GP USD again. Still in the same area. I do think it could come just a bit lower. That's all I'm waiting. Okay, let's see. Is it gonna break through? All right, let's prepare something, because this is the low right here. And we're waiting for a break of this low right now, because price ended up breaking back through. And we can just prepare something right here just in case. Just notice that this thing is just the same repetitive, boring actions. No matter the trading system you're trading, it's gonna be the same thing you're doing on repeat. And if you can't understand that it's the same thing you're doing on repeat, and you can't be patient enough for that, then trading it just isn't a thing for you. But you gotta understand, like, you gotta be willing to do the boring actions, because you have to understand, you have to look at this from a long-term perspective, because as long as you're executing and you're gaining the skill set, right, as a result of that, you're gonna just be gaining capital, so you're just gonna be making money for less work that you're doing, because each year, as long as you have the skill set, you're naturally just gonna be making more money, not by changing your strategy, by scaling up the amount of capital. So same thing right here. Price broke through right here. So I would just need for price to re-break lower, and then my entry would be somewhere right here as price follows through. But right for now, there's nothing to do. Nothing to do. Let me just take a look at the higher time frame real quick on the validation. This is how I can just see more clarity and what price is doing on the higher time frame. And you can see that we're still at that 20 right here pausing. So there's just it's still valid to look for a potential move from this area. Okay, so we're moving all the way up. Let's see how this candle closes. Is it gonna break through this 20? Right? Is it gonna do that? Or are we gonna push lower? Right here, like price is close enough on USD JPY to set something up for my funded accounts. Cause look at it, it's close to that 50 right here. It could set something up actually for a 5-minute. So what would I do in this scenario? I wouldn't watch so for this scenario, I'm not gonna watch the 1 minute anymore. The reason why I'm not gonna watch the 1 minute anymore is because if I'm taking a trade for my funded accounts, is also gonna be entering it into my challenge accounts. So I can just wait for a setup right here to happen instead of watching the 1 minute. Because as you know, price is fractal in what it does. So if I'm using a 5 minute as my entry time frame, the 30-minute would be my validation time frame right here. And you can see how similar it looks to that basically at 6 minute. As price flushes, pauses against the 10 and 20, moves, pauses, moves, pauses, move. This could potentially pause and move, or it could reflush and then create a continue lower. Same thing right here. Flushes, came down, pauses, moves, potentially to pause, potentially moves. Yeah. So I would need for this candle to close in the next 8 minutes first before dropping down to this 5 minute to look for entries, because we need that pause. And we have the pause being created because this candle is getting printed, and so far it hasn't taken out this candle's low. So we have to see what it does in the rest of the 8 minutes before making a decision. So we got 30 minutes left. All right, so we got in the next 2 minutes. Price may set up something clean. Let me just delete all this area right here. So basically, I'm just looking for this exact movement right here. Came to the 50. Sets up right here. Unfortunately, I wasn't a part of this move right here. But we'll see if Price wants to make another setup, because this looks extremely clear to me. All right. All I'm waiting for simply is for price to um like just get below this 10 and 20, so by the time it pauses it could be rejecting against the 10 and 20 for possible entries lower. So I'm gonna actually get everything prepared with calculating my risk, because this is definitely good for funded account trades. If it could set up properly, because it's not completely ready. Okay, price had came down closer to that 50 for GBP USD. The only thing that's um the only thing that's really standing out to me about GBP USD is the fact that so it was a little choppy making its way to that 50 right here. Cause we try to move out of this range right there. Let me just wait, cause I'll probably just wait for a few more candles to see what the story of price is doing. This is what I'm waiting for there. So we're just still waiting. Everything still looks great. Okay, this is actually looks way better right here. The fact that so we had price move like in this area right here, and then we had a nice drop to this 50 right here. So if I was to look for an entry, a bullish entry on this, it will basically have to set up immediately where it comes up, pauses, quick opportunity, entry. So that's basically what I'm waiting for. See what the other pairs are doing. Like how I'm expecting. Yeah, the other ones are still not good, but I like GBP USD and USD JPY. Alright, so what's going on right here? Let me see. Simply like it's just the same thing. Nothing to do right now. Just still waiting for the same movement to happen. Same thing for GBP USD. Same type of movement. Just waiting. It's 11:13 right now. I do think there is enough time to continue to wait on the charts, due to the fact that we're on the actual 5 minute entry to wait for the opportunities. So yeah. 8. Let me see what's going on. Nothing much still. We still got a good amount of time. So we just waiting. All right, let me see what's going on right now. So we got about 26 minutes before we can expect something. Let's call it 25 minutes. Could fall down to at 20. These both look still good to me. The thing is, when is it gonna set up? Because I don't want it to take too long. Because this. Okay, so if I'm assuming price sets up immediately, this is so I'm trying to see if it's basically worth staying on the charts. If price sets up immediately, so let's just say this candle closes all the way up here. Next candle closes right here. That would probably be the, yeah, it's enough time. Because if this candle was to close above right here, that would be around 11:40, and by the time it pauses, it will be around 11:45. That's if this can set up immediately. Same thing with this, if it can do that same type of movement. So that's why I'm staying on the chart still, because it does look like it could set something up. Okay, so let me take a look at what's going on. So it's almost 11:45. So if we assume the candle closes right here, based on the movement it does right here, and now we expect our setup. If we expect our setup to happen, that would probably be 11:50, 11:55. Yeah. You can just give it a few more minutes. All right. So in conclusion, there's nothing to do today. We didn't take any trades today, and yeah, I'm basically gonna hop off the charts early. It still looks valid for it to create a setup. The only thing is I don't think it's gonna create a setup right now or anything like that because it's 11:47. Each one of these candles is 5 minutes. So I'm gonna hop off the charts. And like I said, this does look like it could set up, but we off for the day.